Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's weather forecast, we are going to be going over what we can expect for the next few days, including that potential for severe weather, which will especially be as we head into Wednesday. So we will be watching out for that very closely. Plus, we will also be going over what we can expect with these next few storm systems that are looking to move through during the next 7 days or so. And we'll also be going over the tropics at the end of today's weather forecast. But if you are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you would like to stay tuned for more weather updates on Weather with Sim, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button. We will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest on the weather. Plus, make sure to also like as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below. Make sure to, leave any kind of things down below, and you can leave any of that down below as long as it's respectful. But let's first go ahead and take a look at what we can expect for the next few days. Starting off with today, where we don't really see any risk for severe weather across the United States. It's really going to be the Great Lakes and as well as the Northwest to see that chance for a few thunderstorms, but not really looking to be anything severe, like I said. So, not really looking to be a concerning day, but we will still be keeping an eye on it just in case. But look what happens as we head into tomorrow, though. We do have a marginal risk for severe weather there across parts there of Minnesota, all the way down there into central Oklahoma. So, a pretty big marginal risk as we head into tomorrow. So, we will need to be watching that area extremely closely, as we do have that threat for some damaging wind across the same areas, and of course that risk for some large hail too as well. So we will definitely need to be paying attention to this closely. And something I would not be surprised about is if we did see an embedded slight risk in this area. I think it would probably be somewhere around there. So something to keep an eye on and be aware about as we head to tomorrow. Like I said, not a guarantee that we'll see a slight risk, but I do think we could see one, as conditions do look to be pretty favorable. And so, we will definitely be keeping an eye on it very closely. But as of right now, it doesn't look to be the worst day, especially because we don't even have that tornado threat in place for tomorrow. So really just a minor damaging wind and hail threat will be the main concerns as we head into tomorrow. And here's the setup as we head into tomorrow, guys. We got a pretty big swath there of some supercell composite, and those yellow colors that you see right there, those greenish yellow colors, that indicates a 1 to 2 out of 35. So that's, pretty low overall, and that's why the risk is pretty marginal for tomorrow. But that will still be enough to maybe cause a slight risk for severe weather, like I said. So definitely don't ignore it as we head into tomorrow, as this could still be a pretty big concern overall. We might even get some surprises, but like I said, something to still, be weather aware about, and of course take a little bit seriously, as we will still be seeing that risk for damaging wind, large hail, and like I said, maybe even an upgrade to a slight risk for severe weather. Let's now go ahead and take a look at what we can expect as we head to Wednesday of this week, which will be after tomorrow. And as you guys can see, we do have another slight risk for severe weather there across parts there of Missouri, into parts there of southeast Kansas, into parts there of central and as well as eastern Oklahoma, into northwest Arkansas, and as well as parts there of northern Texas, especially north of the Dallas area. So something that we do need to really be watching very closely for as we head into tomorrow. I would not be surprised if they did add an enhanced risk somewhere across this area. I don't really think it's going to be a huge problem, but like I said, I definitely would not be surprised if we did see something like that as tomorrow, as or I meant to say Wednesday, as we head into Wednesday. So definitely make sure you are paying attention by the middle of the work week for some potential severe weather across these areas. And like I said, we could even see that enhanced risk get issued across that area too as well, which definitely is something to keep an eye on and take seriously if it does get issued. But obviously not a guarantee at this point, so kind of does remain uncertain still, especially because they haven't issued the hazards yet. But like, once again, we do need to be paying attention to this very closely, as we do have that favorable setup once again as we head into tomorrow, as we do have have some higher amounts of supercell composite tomorrow. It's a little bit hard to see, but if you look closely, you can kind of see a little bit of that orange color right there popping up, which does indicate anywhere from a 4 to 7 out of 35, which is a little bit higher than what we're expecting for tomorrow. So like I said, definitely would not be surprised if, this did get a little bit worse as we head into Wednesday, but still going to be something that we do need to, be taking seriously. And I might even be live for this, so make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will, help everyone stay safe from this if this does become a very huge problem. So, liking and subscribing will definitely help spread the message a lot. So if you haven't, subscribed already, make sure to do that, as this will help out a lot with my live coverage as we head into Wednesday of this week. Let's now go ahead and take a look at some of these other storm systems that we need to be watching for closely. And as you guys can see, starting off on Halloween, where we do expect there to be a large storm system around, heading from the Great Lakes region all the way down into parts there of the Southern Plains, but the bullseye of it looks to be across Wisconsin and Iowa, where that heaviest amount of rain could definitely fall. So that's something that we do really need to be keeping an eye on extremely closely as we head into Halloween especially. So if you got any plans for Halloween, you might need to, cancel them. I mean, it does look to be on the, heavy side of things for how much rainfall we could see, and, for all those impacts. Can't even roll out a risk for severe weather, which the Storm Prediction Center hasn't issued yet, and that's the reason why we haven't, took a look at, Halloween yet for the severe weather, but we will know more as we head into tomorrow, though, so make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's weather forecast. Now, as we head into later Halloween, this is where that storm system will continue to move towards the east, with still lots of heavy rain and thunderstorms continuing across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and as well as into the Southern Plains. So once again, this is still enough to cancel some plans that you have on Halloween, as no one really likes to trick-or-treat in that rain, guys. And I mean, the least I can tell you is that, everything will be, very drenched, very, very damp throughout Halloween. So, even if it's not raining, still might be, a little bit to cancel some plans. So I just, feel bad for a lot of people that this Halloween might not be the best, but, we will still be keeping an eye on it closely, as something may change about it, which we're hoping for, but as of right now, does not look to be on the great side of things. Let's now go ahead and, look at what we can expect with this storm system as we head into November now. And for November, this will be on November 4th, where we will likely see a huge storm system develop across much of the Central Plains, into parts there of the Midwest, and even the Great Lakes region as we head into November 4th. So obviously something, like I said, to, not ignore once again, as the GFS model still continues to show the storm system, and still shows it as we head into November 5th, with still that risk for maybe some severe weather as we head into November, but that still does remain uncertain, though, so continue to take this with a grain of salt. And then that will continue to move towards the east, with still some light showers and storms across parts there of the Ohio Valley, all the way down there into the Southern Plains. So once again, we will need to be keeping an eye on this extremely closely, which does, still remain uncertain, but this could, very well bring a similar, situation as what we're expecting on Halloween. So definitely make sure you're paying attention to this. This could definitely be a little bit of a scenario as we head to November. And if we look at the total rainfall, total rainfall, this is anywhere from now all the way to November 7th. And as you guys can see, we do expect there to be some very high amounts there across the Southern Plains, all the way up there into the Great Lakes region, where we could see anywhere from 7 to 14 inches of rainfall, as we are starting to see those yellow colors pull up, which once again does indicate around a foot. So, even though, this doesn't look to all occur in one day, which it isn't, this, rainfall isn't going to occur in one day, we still need to be keeping an eye out for some pretty big time flash flooding across a lot lot of these areas, guys. And once again, this is something you should not be ignoring. This is something to very well take seriously these next, few days. And of course, as we head to November 7th, and that's when you guys should be paying attention for that flash flood potential, as even though this may not occur in one day, this will still likely make the soil saturated, and as it gets more saturated, it will make the soil flood. So make sure to be aware about that, especially if you live anywhere from northeast Oklahoma all the way up there into parts there of northern Illinois. Let's now go ahead and give you guys an update on the tropics, and as you guys can see, we still have a possible risk of development across parts there of the Caribbean, pretty much areas south of the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and as well as parts there of Cuba. So this will be an area to watch very closely for. As of right now, it doesn't look to be a huge, concern, but like I said, we still got that low on Central America that will eventually move on. And as it does, we will have that potential for Hurricane Patty once again as we head into November 4th, so that is something that we do need to be keeping an eye on very closely, and it looks to potentially be moving over the Dominican Republic, and we're not really sure if it will be going towards the United States, but it kind of does show that, as we head to November 9th, and I mean, from November 4th to November 9th is, pretty long. I mean, this system is going to be pretty slow as it continues to move, but, will still, likely bring some impacts to maybe the southeast. It depends on how exactly it plays out, but I do think we could at least see some scattered showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms from the system, but thankfully, that will move right back out, so it will kind of be playing out like this. So instead of going right over, the Dominican Republic and starting to impact the southeast, it will likely, still impact the Dominican Republic, but will turn right around before it reaches the southeast, but, will still be close enough, like I said, to bring some scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms to parts there of the southeast. So once again, something that we shouldn't ignore, but something that we do need to be keeping an eye on extremely closely. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy today's weather forecast. Once again, if you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button. We will continue to keep you guys updated here on Weather with Sim, including on Wednesday of this week, where we could definitely be seeing that potential for a lot of severe weather, and I should be going live for that. And like I said, I even got Radar Omega that I'm going to be using for that as we head into Wednesday. So make sure to stay tuned as we head into Wednesday for my live stream, as I will, try to keep you guys safe. And the best way to do that is to subscribe, as I will, continue to keep you guys updated, and that even helps spread the message to everyone so we can help keep them safe. And of course, make sure to leave that thumbs up too as well. That helps out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below that you have. Those help out a lot. So, you can leave anything down below as long as respectful, and I hope you guys all have a great Monday.